Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris Cooper, known as the Channel Guy Trader, and I'm reporting to you live from Wall Street Trading Satellite Office down in sunny South Florida. Today's date is Thursday, February the 21st, 2013, and here is today's After the Bell Market Summary brought to you by WallStreetTrading.com. Want to first start off by taking a look to see how the indices closed the session out here today. The Dow Jones was down close to 47 points, the Nasdaq was down close to 33 points, and the S&P 500 was down over 9.5 points, a little over 9.5 points. If we take a look at the breadth on the market today, we had 4,466 issues declining on the NYSE, Nasdaq, and the Amex. We had 1,746 issues advancing on the NYSE, Nasdaq, and the Amex. So definitely breadth was in favor of the bears, just about a 3-1 again today here. And, def again was in favor of the bears today. And we had some stocks selling off, and we had some stocks that have been selling off, rallying off the lows as that's what usually happens. So let's go ahead and jump into the charts here. Excuse me. I want to start by first taking a look at the triple Qs here. As you can see, the triple Qs are back below that key area that we've been watching here for the past couple weeks. Month or so, this key 6738 level. We've been talking about the fact how they've been trapping all the longs above the 6738 level. Then we mentioned the fact how we gapped up, 2 weeks ago on that Friday. We held above that level there, but there was really just no volume at the bottom of the chart. All right, let me just zoom this out for you guys here real quick. And you can see there is no volume down there at the bottom of the chart. So that definitely warrants some attention, especially if it's in the area that keeps on getting smacked down. To show you there was no real buyers up there, and now people that were buying up there, same people that have been buying up there before and got trapped, well, they're trapped today, and a little bit more conviction as we had two consecutive closes below that 6750 level or so, 6730 level, 38 level or so, and now we had this volume picking up to the sell side as well. So the Qs, they have a nice little gap fill on the Qs all the way down here around the 65.15 level. I do think we see that gap fill, especially from the Qs, since the Qs have been the laggard. The stocks in the Qs have been lagging, the Qs have been lagging, or however you want to say it. Just know that the Qs, this ETF that is supposed to track the Nasdaq, has been lagging. All right, so therefore, breaking below 66.17, 66 call it, I think we should hit these moving averages down here around the 65.50 area, which these are the 200-day simple moving averages and exponential moving averages. I think we see that right there. One thing to take note of as well is we did get a close below the 50-day simple and exponential moving average as well on the daily time frame, and we did get another confirmation close below these fast moving averages here. All right, so the Qs, those are the levels to watch. 67.38, 66, 65.50 or so, 65.15. Let's take a look at the SPY. The SPY was down 92 cents today, down 0.61%. We broke below this key 150-120 level that we mentioned to you guys to watch here. You can see that was a breakout level from this little consolidation that we had right here. We broke out, we rallied up. All right, trap those longs that bought that breakout right there against the key 153 level that we've been talking about in our weekend review videos. And now we're selling back down here. So as long as we can continue to hold below this 150, 125 area, so we're going to be looking for a move down towards 149.36. We break below 149.36. We're going to be looking for a move back here towards this 148.11 area. And I think if the Qs continues to act weak, and since they're below the 50-day simple moving average and exponential moving average at the SPY, probably would follow it back down there as well. So those are the levels to watch in the SPY. Keep those, track them, and let's see what happens around those levels. Again, we did have a nice little short squeeze or a nice little pop off the lows this morning, but that does not mean that the selling pressure is over. It just makes sense. Because if you think about it, all right, let me zoom in here. This is the ES chart. If you think about it, this was a full red bar right here, right, before we bounced off the lows. And people that had been looking to buy the dips, they could have easily bought right here when everything was looking dead, when everything was looking like it was about to fall off the face of the earth today a little bit more. But everybody's been looking to buy the dips, and this was a bargain price if you think about it. If the ES has come all the way from right here, you get long the market, you could put an easy, tight stop right here or down here and see what can happen. So that's what it looks like. That's definitely what it looks like they did today. And, we were pretty much on top of that today in the room. If you take a look at the intraday chart action that we were watching, I said I posted on our Facebook pages, our distribution networks. You can see here we were watching this key trend line on the ES for most of the day. And then we made this little higher low right here, flagged against the key trend line, and next thing you know, boof, we popped up, pulled back in, and then they bought it again a little bit into the close there. So a lot of great action in the room here today on our side of the town here. So if you have not been to our chat room yet, or if you would like access to our chat room, make sure you send me an email at ccooper@wallstreettrading.com, and make sure you check out our website, wallstreettrading.com. We're doing pretty well over here, and we were moving through the market pretty well with our members. And we try to be transparent with everything, and for that reason, we put out intraday market update videos. We do a lot of tweeting and stuff like that. So make sure you follow us on the networks. A lot of good stuff going on here. So anyways, IWM, the leader index that was taking us up here, was the leader index down today, leading us to the downside this morning. It did get a nice little bounce here off the lows again. But the same thing here, closed below the fast-moving averages. 2 confirmation day lower close here. Close below the fast ones, close below the 20-day exponential simple moving average, and looks so far like we are playing out what I expected here, a trap above this key trend line that we've been watching, and the target of that key trend line, or the bottom of that key channel line, is going to be down here towards the 89 level, which we kind of bounced off of near that level today. The low of the day today was 89.37, so they bought it 37 cents ahead of that 89 level. But we break below 89, you're going to be watching 88.68. We break below 88.68, you want to watch this 87.74 level. If we can get back above 90.50, or I should say back above today's highs around 90.70, we can maybe make a move back towards 91.50. One thing that you want to make sure is that you don't get too overly bearish on the market now that we're getting selling pressure, because remember, we still have those people that have been looking to buy the dips. What's going to give us a clue that there's not going to be any dip buyers is if we continue to see this breadth to the bear side with the 3-to-1 ratios, 4-to-1 ratios, even when we bounce off the lows like this. So we're going to keep watching that over here, and we'll keep you guys posted. But right now, those are the levels to watch on the IWM. So let's go ahead and take a look at the dollar futures chart, see what the dollar did today. Another strong day up in the dollar. All right, another weak day in the euro. Dollar continues to move higher here now. Now we're going to be watching this dollar closely because we're coming back into this little supply zone. Let me take a 2-year daily chart here. We're going to be coming back into this little supply zone here around the 81.55 level, this 82 level. All right, so I still think we have a little bit more buying pressure to go in the dollar. We're back above this key 80.25 level that we were watching. We broke above this little resistance right here from this little area right here, this 81 level, and we just continue to move higher. We made 2 consecutive higher closes off this higher low pivot here. So the dollar is definitely in an uptrend. Let's take a look at that euro dollar, all right, which is has been having some selling pressure, which has been causing some people to buy the dollar, and that buying pressure in the dollar has been causing some weakness in the commodity space and weakness in the general markets across the board. All right, and take a look at the euro. The euro's breaking down back below our key channel line right there. All right, and holding below 132, we're going to be looking for it to go towards that target that I gave you guys, I believe, yesterday or the day before yesterday, around this 130 half level. All right, so everything's lining up pretty good according to our analysis that we've been maneuvering with. And you can see here the euro's making lower highs, broke this little support right here, and we have three. We don't know so far. We have 2 confirmation closes since this action right here is for tomorrow. So far, we have 2 confirmation closes below this key 133.15 level on the euro. All right, let's take a look at the dollar. Let's take a look at gold. Start off with the gold futures, and then we'll take a look at the GLD. Gold futures got a nice little bounce today here. We are close to this key trend line that we have right here around the 1540 level, 1546 levels. So they bought it up this morning. Still wouldn't be bullish on gold. Still has a lot of improvement to make before we could even think of buying gold yet. You don't want to be the first person to the party on a reversal, as most people thought they were the first people to the party for a reversal right here, and they got crushed. All right, so gold, just gonna keep on watching it. Not an area that we're looking to buy on the gold quite yet. If you take a look at the GLD. The GLD was up $1.18 today. Now the GLD holding above this 152 level is a little bit interesting, but right now it's still looking weak, and it's pretty much just a little bounce day, inside day. We got the pivot traded higher, but inside day of yesterday's action, nothing to do right there right now. Above 154, We could maybe get some gap fill action all the way up here to 155.35. If we break below today's lows, we should make a move back down towards yesterday's lows on the GLD around 150.84. We break below that, we're going to be looking for a move towards 150, 149. Let's take a look at that GDX. We've been maneuvering you guys pretty well through this GDX action here. GDX, same thing here, inside day. And this one still looks weak. They could bounce it here since we already had like about 2 waves down here. I'm not an Elliott wave person, but we had this little move down right here, sideways action, and another move down. All right, so a little A, B, C pattern, I guess you could say. Either way, we really can't get bullish on the GDX at all, really, until we get back above minimum, at least this 41, 47 level, but really until we get back above 43 and 44. And as you can see, we're a long ways away from that, but that doesn't mean we can't get another little bounce here to put a lower high in like we've been doing. So, we'll take a look at the GDX. I have not been trading the miners. Trading the miners down here after all this move right here gets a little bit choppy, so we're just watching it to track it, as we do just about everything. As we do everything, of course. Let's take a look at that silver SLV. SLV was up 14 cents today. Here, still hanging below that key 29 level there, and still hanging below this key 28 level, and still hanging below this key channel line that we have. This little thick line right here. To get a little bit, neutral to bullish back on this SLV, we need to see it back above 29, which was this little base that I was building here back in December and early January. So right now, the precious metal sector is still looking pretty weak. If you take a look at copper, I forgot to show you guys copper yesterday, but I want to take a look at it right now because copper is basically getting smashed, getting dumped, and it broke this key trend line right here. All right, and you can see it's breaking this little wedge pattern right here. And if copper breaks below today's lows, this thing could go all the way back down here to the $33.45 level here. So keep an eye on copper. One thing to keep in mind, though, it is that this little back test, this little channel that we had right here, all right, that you guys can see drawn in. The little back test, break, held, up move. Now we're at that back test. Let's see what happens here. And it's a double support area from the back test and from this little support level right here. What else here? Volatility index, VIX, decent action in the VIX. Decent action in the VIX. VIX up 54 cents today. Surprised we didn't get smashed back down on the VIX. That's definitely a characteristic that you have to pay attention to. Usually when the VIX spikes up like this, they usually sell it down. But today they continue to buy the volatility. And you can see here we finally have 2 nice confirmation closes here. And if you look back here, we haven't had 2 nice confirmation higher closes on the VIX since back here in, say, late January. But even then, we have not had 2 nice confirmation closes on the VIX above this 14 level. That's what's more important, really. Not the fact that we have 2 closes, but the fact we haven't had 2 higher confirmation closes above this key 14 level since, since back here. Since back in December when the VIX was moving to the top side. All right, so there is definitely a little bit of pressure in the markets, a little bit of a sentiment change. But really, until the VIX gets above 20, there's really nothing exciting. All right. So what's next? Let's talk about some stocks here. Apple, little small range day in Apple. Apple had a little range of $6.35 today, a little bit different than what we're normally used to seeing. But, as it continues to work its way back to this little air pocket, it still have a target down towards this 435 level. And anybody that got short on the break below 460, as that was a key level to watch, they're still getting paid off pretty well. And they're about, $14 in the money there. All right. Amazon had a nice little move up today off the lows when the market got a bounce. Amazon still looking a little bit weak, like it needs to, not weak, but still looking a little bit neutral right here, like it needs to consolidate some more above this 262 level. But the longer it can hold above this 262 level, we're going to be looking for this thing to try to get a bounce back above 270. So it's really trading in a range between 270 and 262, so a little $8 range right here. And we're going to be looking for this thing to either break out, all right, or we look for this thing to break down and try to fall back inside this air pocket. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Just keep an eye on that 262 level and keep it on that 270 level. Let's see here. Baidu, another little stock that's been getting beaten down here. Had a little bounce today, which makes sense, but then they sold it right back down, which is a good sign if you're bearish on Baidu. Once Baidu breaks below 88, this thing could get some nice hardcore selling all the way down to 85, 85, 88, and then I mean, once it's not hardcore selling to 85, but once it breaks below 88, the next target is going to be around here around 86. Breaks below 86, then we could get some nice hardcore selling back down. As right now, it's really sitting on top of the Fibonacci level of the 50% retracement from the lows that it made back here in 2009 to the highs that it made back here in 2011. So it's at a key level. This 88 level is very important on Baidu's. Keep that one on watch there. What else do I want to go over here? The banks, Goldman Sachs. The banks had a little bit of selling pressure today. Goldman Sachs, broke down pretty nice, but below these fast-moving averages that it's been holding there. You can see sold off on the open, rallied right back up. They hit it right there again at 153.80, and it was going down ever since. JP Morgan was the first one to crack those moving averages on the daily chart there, so you can see that one had a little bit of selling pressure as well. And you can see it's got a nice little bounce off the 20-day simple moving average. Citigroup back down in the little demand zone. Nice little air pocket drop right here. You'll see it gap down and fell all the way back down to the bottom of the range. Wells Fargo was showing some nice strength today. I was not able to keep up with it, but yeah, there you go. Wells Fargo looks like they're buying the 35 level, since last week, and now we're basically trading in this we've been trading in this range between 35 and 35.50. They broke it above 35.50 today, but closed it at 35.46. Therefore, tomorrow, if we can hold above 35.50 and the market catches a bid and the financials are acting a little bit decent, you could maybe Wells Fargo is going to be the go-to stock to take a look at to play that to the top side. So keep an eye on Wells Fargo. It looks pretty good to me. I'm surprised that it's been holding up pretty well with the market action that we had the past days. So there's definitely a bid in Wells Fargo. Take a look at Wells Fargo to move higher. Weekly chart looks decent. Monthly chart looks decent as well. What else? That's about it, guys. I do have a lot of more stuff to go over, but I still have to look at some research. If anything, I'll post it on the blog, on my personal blog, or I'll post it on the Twitter space or on our Facebook page at Wall Street Trading. If you're interested in trading with our prop firm, trading with our group, send me an email. Contact me via ccooper@wallstreettrading.com. Make sure you check out our website, wallstreettrading.com, and make sure you check out our different distribution networks that we have for the social media. Aside from that, guys, hope you guys had a great day. We had an awesome day today, and I'll catch you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 8:20 in our live chat room. Cheers.